All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It's time for a brand new show. The show is called This Week in Real Estate, and your hosts are Dusty Travis and Josh Howland. They're here from Foxfire Realty right here in Ocala. If during the course of the show you have a question about anything they've said regarding real estate, you are invited to call in. The number is 622-9622. If you're looking at the streaming video, you're going to be in for a treat because they will feature videos and stills on their show in the coming weeks. Today they have a video ready to go, but it's also a good way to share the information that they will give you with somebody who might be interested in learning more about the real estate market in Ocala. So without me saying much more, let me introduce you to Dustin Travis and Josh Holland. Good morning again, gentlemen, now that we're on your show.
Oh, thank you, Larry. It's great to be here. Beautiful Ocala, Marion County, Florida, and looking forward to sharing all the real estate information with the audience, and we welcome any questions they may have.
Yeah, we're excited, happy to promote some good information and what's taking place with Ocala and the real estate market.
So in our informal pre-show, you mentioned that it was a seller's market. What does that actually mean?
So we're limited inventory right now. So 4 years ago, let's say, we had about 5,500 homes on the market. Right now we have somewhere around, we're hovering about 2,800, 2,900. Okay. So we have far more buyers than we have inventory.
Is that right?
So
does that mean more people are moving? Is that just for our area, or is that the whole country? Or
no, that's our area currently, and a lot of that has to do with, you know, we were in such a stagnant period for so long that people wanted to stay put. People weren't upgrading, or they weren't flipping homes, weren't making big changes because, you know, we were in tough times.
So do you have a way, you've done this for a long time, do you have a way of using your experience to say what does the future look like for Ocala? I mean, the rest of us, we can see buildings going up. That looks like good news, right?
Yeah, well, we've got a pro-growth county commission, which is good. So if you take the northeast quadrant, for instance, they rezoned about 1,000 acres over there to facilitate FedEx, Chewy, and AutoZone, which allowed big distribution. The thing that's special about Marion County is 75, which is the major thoroughfare, splits our county, and we're also centrally located. So for big distribution, logistically, it's a gold mine because you're able to get onto a big highway very quickly and get north or south and east or west in about an hour. So when the county rezoned that and allowed that to take place, that provided a lot of relocation, a lot of jobs, executive jobs, and then in turn that boosts the economy, the local economy, restaurants, grocery, that kind of thing. So that really sent the Northeast home values, I think we're around 12 to 15% just last year. Right? So, you know, for every $100,000, you're seeing $12,000 to $15,000 in equity year after year for the past couple years. And the county's doing the same thing at 484 and 75. So they're going to widen that interchange, and they rezoned 1,000 acres there to facilitate the same thing. So you'll see the same kind of growth in the southwest quadrant in the near future.
Wow.
So all around, yeah.
So while it's a seller's market, that sounds like it's a good opportunity to buy as well.
Well, it's a good opportunity to buy, but more so for the seller because you're really able to stay firm on your price and command what you're going to command because, you know, limited inventory, supply and demand. The demand far outweighs the supply. So, but now that the economy is getting better, consumer confidence is up there, people are willing to take a mortgage. You know, people that took a mortgage in 03, 04, 05, 06, if they were able to weather that 10 or 12 years of just nothingness, you know, they're just now right side up or seeing some equity. So if you weren't foreclosed on, and a lot of people, you know, foreclosures were just tremendous.
And Dusty, what do you look for when someone comes to you and they say that they want you to sell their home?
Well, what do they think their home's worth? You know, it's not really what the market is or what do they personally think the home is worth. And you go from there, you know, because nobody can put a value on a home except the owner. Once the owner establishes the value, well, you know, they say, you know, what's a home worth or what is anything worth? Whatever somebody's willing to pay for it. You know,
true.
that sets the value of anything. You know, if you can find a person that's willing to pay your asking price, that's what it's worth to that person. So, you know, if you want to put a higher value on your home and wait for that buyer to come along, you know, feel free to do that.
So is that a part of your profession is to give advice? Because I wouldn't have any idea what the price tag should be.
Yeah, I mean, for most people, there's three factors: is price, market, condition. You can't change the location, so it is what it is from that perspective. So you have to look at the market that you're in, where you're located, what's taking place, and then you have to determine, okay, where's the condition, and then you set your price accordingly. Most people are going to obtain financing, so you're going to have an appraisal. The lender is only going to loan on what the appraiser gives a value. So you have to kind of stay in the ballpark. So you have to look at what's recently sold. You find like homes, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Is it concrete block? Is it updated? How big is the lot? Mm-hmm. Those kind of things. And then that kind of gives you a perspective to inform the seller. But like Dusty said, at the end of the day, you're the owner. You know what you want for your home better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. So, and I like to start there. And, within a month or so, if we don't have any activity, no movement, then we know we have to reevaluate. Either the condition's off and we need to do something with the condition to get to the price they want to be at, or we need to reduce the price to make the home more sellable.
And, for people that's looking to buy a home, we want to thank our sponsor, Ameris Bank. They're experts in finding home mortgages for people that's looking for a mortgage. And locally here, Ameris Bank is Nina Raimondo. She can be reached at 352-264-7170, and we thank them for sponsoring the show.
Yeah, Nina's great. That's who I do all my business with. She's been in the mortgage business over 25 years, has a 98% closure rate. And the thing about Ameris is they're a tangible lender, and that's something that's important to a buyer is you want to work with a lender that they're loaning their own money. They don't have to farm you out to find you money. Whereas some mortgage brokers, especially funding groups and things like that, they have to find you the money. So with Nina, when she tells you, okay, this is what it's going to take down, this is what we're going to need to close, that's what's going to happen. And 9 out of 10 times, you need less money to go to the closing table than what's stated. And, it's going to get there and it's going to get done.
So the seller would probably be just the fact that you are reaching out to the public through the media, TV and the internet, you're going to show, if I had a house to sell, you would put my house on the show, right?
Right, we put on the show, and you have to have a big footprint, big web presence. 98% of all homes are bought and sold online. So the first thing people are going to do is they're going to go to the web, they're going to look at pictures. If they like the pictures, they'll go to the neighborhood. They like the neighborhood, they'll call the sign. So when you're selling a home, you really have to use all your social media platforms. That's key in order to increase your search engine optimization. And Foxfire, we pay for a couple things, the IDX and List Hub, which will get you on about 750 property sites, and especially the big four, that's Zillow, Trulia, Realtor, and Homes.com. Those are probably the top 4 search engines when people are looking at property.
And Dusty, when people come to you to buy, there must be different criteria. Like there are couples with children, they want to know about schools. Other couples are just couples with no children, they're all growing.
Well, previously, before I got into real estate, I was into property management for over 20 years, and you really learn that people buy a lifestyle. It's really not the home that they buy a lifestyle. If you're a golfer, you want to live on a golf course.
I like that.
If you're a boater, you want to live on the water. So the first thing I ask people, what type of lifestyle do you want to live? And you start from there.
Did you want to be in the city? Do you want to, are you an agriculture kind of person?
Absolutely.
Cows, chickens, goats, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just build a rapport, you sit down, build a relationship with the customer, and it's a service business.
Something, whenever I need my car fixed, I don't even try to fix it myself. I tried it one time and I bent the butter knife. So I go to a professional. I think the same thing would happen if I tried to sell my house myself. I think I'd be so lost with all the paperwork and stuff. But all the time you see buy for sale by owner, that kind of thing.
You do, and statistically, from day 1 to day 14, they're gonna sell with an agent. And you have to think about it. It's more than just putting the home on Zillow. Most of your for sale by owners, that's the first thing they do. I put it on Zillow, I put it on Facebook. But there's more to that. It's the marketing of the property, so big web presence, social media, print forms of advertising, and then you've got the pre-qualification of the buyer, making sure that the people you're showing the home are qualified to buy. Then you've got contract and negotiations, title insurance and commitment, appraisal, inspections, survey, and there's a whole list of things that can go wrong through that process. And if you're not using a professional, you could could be setting yourself up for some problems. And inadvertently, I've seen people that have called me and they want to sell their property. They lived in Fort Lauderdale, especially back in 03, 04, 05. People were paying just confiscatory prices for property, and I had a lady from Fort Lauderdale, and she bought property that was landlocked, paid a fortune for it, and no ingress or egress, so no way on or way off.
What?
Right?
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
when you're not using a professional,
Just have a helicopter, I guess.
it's just like anything else. You get what you pay for. So you want to use somebody that knows what they're doing and been in the business for a long time and does a substantial business.
So do you still do property management?
No.
Okay.
I got away from property management, although I did it for 20 years. And you meet some interesting people, especially in South Florida. You get a lot of retired CEOs that, and they're CEOs that previously ran large corporations, that operate the country. Actually, very large corporations, and these people retire and enjoying the retirement lifestyle. And the thing is, when these people, doers never stop. So even though they retire, they still keep doing.
Right.
And that's what's so interesting. What was so interesting about that field.
I just wondered if somebody was looking to move out of a bigger house and downsize, like Robin said, the children have moved out. Maybe they don't want to sell their house, but rent it out. And that would be a headache too, so they would go to a property manager to handle that normally, right?
Well, you've got two routes. You can use a property management company. The thing about that is typically they're going to take the first month's rent and then they're going to take 10% of the monthly rent after that. So if you were to come to me and let's say you guys had a house and you didn't want to sell, you wanted to rent, I would negotiate the lease. I would get it occupied with a qualified tenant, somebody that meets the credit and background check requirements, and then they would just make their payment to you each month. And then, it's just like anything else. If you were to live there and the AC broke, you would have it fixed. And the same thing with a tenant. If they call you and the AC's broken, you're going to fix
Got
it,
it fixed, yeah.
just like anything
Especially
else.
today, right?
Yep.
The heat today.
But we're in a really good market right now, and it's a good time to sell, but it's a good time to buy because consumer confidence is high, the economy is good, it's palpable. I mean, you can feel it. People, they're energized, they feel good about their jobs, they feel good about where they're at financially, and that makes a big difference. And a lot of people think it's just impossible to buy or it's very difficult. I mean, it's almost more difficult to buy a car, really. So for people that are thinking about purchasing, one thing is to use an agent or a realtor that has all of their providers in place. So, for instance, with Dusty and I in Foxfire, we have a professional working relationship with Ameris, so they prioritize us as agents. So we're able to get you qualified and get you in contact with a lender so where you can obtain your financing. And then we have a shared interest in a title company. And so it's one-stop shopping, really, with us.
Tell us a little bit about the first step. What would the first step be for somebody who's been living in the house a long time and they want to sell it? What should they do first?
The first step would be to contact myself, in which you can do that. My number is 352-207-4440, or you can contact Dusty and have us come out, take a look at the house, and have a discussion on things that may need to be done or upgraded, or things that could inhibit potential financing. A lot of people use government-backed products, which FHA, VA, USDA, veterans, they want to use VA because it's a 0% down, FHA 3.5% down, so it makes it affordable for people to move into the home. But because those are government-backed loans, the appraisal restrictions are higher. The roof, the AC, the hot water heater, the appliances, everything has to be in good working condition, because if the person was to default on that loan, the government is going to satisfy the lender. So the appraisal process is much more rigorous. They want to make sure that if they put you in there, they're making it affordable, and the home has to be able to, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, you don't want to run into problems the first month that you get into the house. So, that would be one of the things you would look for when you're talking to a potential seller.
Well, you both are very personable. You not only have to be a friend to the buyer and the seller, but you have to be the protector of both parties as well. It's a balancing act.
Yeah, you do, and especially in Florida, because we're a transaction state. We don't work for one party, we work for the contract. So your fiduciary interest really is to both sides. So, and ethics plays a big, big role.
Josh, where would be a good place for people that are looking for a home? Where would be a good place for them to search also?
Yeah, another good spot to be, which is another one of our sponsors, would be Homes and Land, which is the premier publication for this area. And they've got a great magazine with some of the best homes on the market, and they've got a great digital footprint as well. They've got a digital magazine that you can view, and you can see pretty much everything that's for sale in Ocala, Marion County on their website, or you can pick up one of their publications at any of the real estate brokerages, or a lot of the convenience stores in other areas have their magazine. But if you're thinking about buying, it's really a simple criteria that you need to meet before you talk to a lender. Is your credit score a 620 or better? Ideally 640, 620 depending on your debt to income. And then do you have 2 years work history? So if you have 2 years tax returns and you've got a 640 or better, chances are you're going to get pre-qualified to buy a home. And once you get that pre-qualification letter, that's your golden ticket to start viewing homes and writing offers.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, it's really an easy process.
I qualify. Sounds like you're talking about me. So if you are just tuning in and you're recognizing that this is a new show, you are right. This Week in Real Estate is what we call this show. Your hosts are Dusty Travis and Josh Howland. If you're looking at the streaming video online, this is going to be a real treat for you because we have some video, one clip that we're going to slip in there today. And in the future, you'll see homes that they'll be featuring. I also wanted to make sure that you know that if you, because of the internet, you could be out of the area. So the area code is 352 if you want to call in. So 352-622-9622, and we'd love to hear from you.
And you have places not just in Marion County, but in different counties as well.
Right, and we're a member of something called Leading Real Estate Companies of the World, and not all brokerages are able to be a member of that. It's a high-level brokerage-to-brokerage referral-only network that you have to be invited to be part of. And you have to be a sizable brokerage with a certain amount of agents and been in business for a certain period of time. But what that does is you see a lot of people fleeing high-tax states, especially now like New York, New Jersey, California, because Florida, we have no income tax, taxes are low in general, it's really a great place to be all around Florida. I mean, jobs are great. So when people are relocating, the first place they're going to come to is Foxfire. So if you're thinking about selling your home, it's a good fit because we have a lot of potential customers that other brokerages don't have access to. So it's really a nice
And
nice
when somebody
feature.
moving into the area, do they look at the different things that you were mentioning lifestyle before? So one of the things that we look for is stores, the grocery stores. I know we have a ton of them, but one thing we sort of need improvement on is the airport. But that's being improved right now, right?
Yeah. Do you have video that we could roll on that, or?
As a matter of fact, I do. You want to push that right now?
Yes, we might as
All
well.
right. So if you're watching the video, here it comes. Here comes the clip that was produced by you, right? Right, Dusty?
Yes, what we did was we went to the airport and shot the new construction. It's a $6 million general aviation terminal that's being built. The city's making that investment with some other government agencies. Osley Construction is a construction company that's building that. We interviewed the COO of Osley Construction, and we just want to show the audience, the investment that the city of Ocala and Marion County are making just in the infrastructure to keep them up with the growth, and making some very, very wise decisions for the development of the county and the city.
So let me get that rolling, and here we go.
Ocala, Florida is growing. Check out the new construction at the Ocala Airport. A new $6 million general aviation terminal building is being constructed. Let's speak with Todd Duffy, COO of Osley Construction.
Hello, Todd Duffy, one of the principal owners of Osley Construction. Really pleased to be partnered with the city of Ocala for the city and county. We've done a lot of schools, medical facilities, hospital work, churches, you name it, we've built it. And now this is our first opportunity working with the city and doing the general aviation project, which we're just thrilled to be a part of the team building this project. It's going to be a 17,500 square foot new facility. It's going to house a future restaurant. It's got the car rental places. Shelter is the FBO that will be housed there. There's future lease areas for future clients. There's conference rooms. It's going to be a terminal that we're really proud of, and it's something that's being built for the true growth of this community and what's happening here in Marion County. And it's just amazing to watch, and it's great to be a contractor here right now.
When is the facility projected to be finished?
We'll be finished up this December of 19 here. And everything's on time, on budget. Really, everything's going very well.
A special thank you to Mike Clayton, project supervisor.
All right, now, if the people who are watching the video right now won't be hearing us, so we'll be speaking right now just to the radio audience. So what will they see when they look at the video? I would encourage everybody, if you're just listening on the radio, go to the WOCA feed, and you guys are going to carry this also on your site, right?
Yes, what we'll do is we're going to have This Week in Real Estate Florida YouTube channel and other streaming sites also. And what we did, we just wanted to share with the audience the construction that was going on. We shot some video there, and just to give everybody an idea of the fantastic 17,000 square foot facility that's being built there. It's for the general aviation traffic, and which is quite a bit, with the new construction that's being built in this area. The Ocala International Airport is it's a cool place to go, and you can have lunch there. Even at the terminal that's there now, you can go and have lunch and just kind of hang out, watch the planes land. And you'll see all kind of corporate jets. Actually, you'll be surprised at the corporate jet traffic that is at the Ocala International Airport.
Are we going to see more passenger jets, commuter jets, that kind of thing at that airport?
Nothing commercial, but probably see commuter jets starting to come in. There's been some talk about expanding the runway at the Ocala Airport. That's in the foreseeable future, and it's something that's probably desperately needed because with the new equestrian facility that's being built, that's going to bring in international traffic. That's probably going to be a global draw to Ocala. And
and there's already a substantial amount because Ocala breeder sales. The sheikhs come over, and Coolmore from Ireland, they come and they bring a plane for themselves and a plane to take horses back on. But talking about the growth and what the county's doing, not only with what Dusty mentioned with the airport, but between big distribution like FedEx, Chewy, and AutoZone, what they've done there. Our healthcare, we've got dedicated over $500 million by the year 2020 for capital investment, and from that perspective. The World Equestrian Center, which is huge, that's over 4,000 acres, 15 million square feet of riding space, 5-star hotels with 18,000 square feet of retail space, 3-acre grand outdoor stadium, on-site riding and trails, climate-controlled stalls, barns, and arenas. So every quadrant of the county has a lot of growth taking place. From northeast to southwest for commercial development, the northwest side from the equine community, and then the southeast side has a lot of development just from stores and businesses and things of that nature. So anywhere you go in the county, you're seeing a lot of good growth, healthy growth.
Really exciting, yeah.
Yep. And that's just not us speaking as realtors. The local paper, the Ocala Star Banner, the Tuesday edition, July 2nd, has an article quoting Kevin Shaley, the president and CEO of the Ocala Marion County Chamber and Economic Partnership. There's an article in there he speaks about the positive growth downtown that's coming, and just the downtown's exploding. Ocala downtown's exploding. There's going to be looks like there's going to be a new multi-function building that's going to be going up down there. So it's a lot of positive, really great growth in Ocala and Marion County.
Yeah.
And how do you both promote Foxfire Realty to be the premier realty that's going to be serving this area and all of the phases?
Well, Foxfire's been in business since 1975. Same broker owner, Gene Boone. He came from South Florida, started the brokerage with a few agents, and now we've got 4 locations, great locations, at 220 agents. We closed right around $3 billion last year in sales, billion with a B. And so really, there's nobody that can touch us from that perspective. We've got a great footprint here, a lot of brand recognition. I mean, most people know Foxfire sign when they see it. And not only in Marion County, but Lake County, Citrus County, Levy County, we cover all of those areas. So if you are looking to get your home sold, we're the place that you would want to park your house to get it sold, that's for sure. But if you're looking to buy as well, you want knowledgeable, seasoned agents, you would want to call myself or Dusty, and you can reach me at 352-207-4440, or you can find me on the social media platforms at J. Howland Realtor. So I'd be happy to give a free comparative market analysis and tell you what your home's worth, or just talk to you about the potential in investing or buying your first home, whatever it may be.
Wow, a lot of information in a little bit of time. Dusty, do you have a different phone number you want to give out?
Yeah, 352-727-6607. And before we close, we just also want to thank Ameris Bank, our sponsor. Again, Nina Raimondo, 352-264-7170.
And Homes and Land Magazine, which is your premier publication for real estate. And you can also check them out at homesandland.com.
And I would recommend you share this video with your friends and family. Somebody out there probably would love to live in Ocala, and this is a great way to introduce them to the area and also to Dusty and Josh.
And also, people can go. We'll post this show on This Week in Real Estate Florida on YouTube and other streaming avenues.
You're very good. Thank you both.
Thanks, appreciate it.
We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.